Harrison Beasley set the kick for Whalen. Kick return by Hunter McIsaac. It'll be 1st and 10, North Quincy. Ball at the Whalen 40-yard line. Penalty flag on the play, holding against North Quincy. It'll be a Raiders 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line.
$850 days, that's how long it's been since the last Wayland Varsity football home game, and this game will be the first time they have played on the new turf. Hello everyone and welcome to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Varsity football. I'm Josh Schreiber, alongside me Garrett Spooner, and we are getting ready for an interleague matchup between the 1-0 Wayland Warriors and the 1-0 North Quincy Red Raiders. Well, Garrett, we're finally back for some Wayland Varsity football as North Quincy starts with the ball. Unfortunately, we had the broadcast start a little bit late. We missed a big kickoff return by North Quincy that got called back due to a penalty. They got a 9-yard run on their first play, but that will be an offside on Wayland.
Yeah, Josh, pretty crazy start to the game, and apologies for missing it. North Quincy had about a 60-yard return. It was just to be called back because of holding. And now it is Quincy driving. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah, absolutely. And 1st and 10 right here for North Quincy. This offense led by junior quarterback number 10, Cooper Hansen. And that's Liam Hines getting the carry for North Quincy. He had 19 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown in their win last week against Dennis Yarmouth. You see those starters for North Quincy right there. And I think one of their best parts of their offense is that offensive line. They are a very big offensive line unit led by number 77, Reen Becko, 6'2", 295 pounds. He is a monster. He is going to lead a lot of big running plays for North Quincy. Also, Matt Craig, the fullback, number 44, 83-yard run in their last game for a touchdown. Only had that one run, but he'll be doing a lot of blocking, as you saw right there.
Yeah, and Josh, right now North Quincy is looking pretty dominant in the running game. Consecutive 9-yard or over 5-yard rushes for North Quincy, excuse me. And they're looking in good shape. They're really physically imposing right now, and that's a bad sign for the Warriors as they start. They need to get dirty up front and just stop the run.
And here's 3rd down. It says 2nd down. It is 3rd down. Looks like they did just get enough for the 1st down, so that will move the chains and be enough for a North Quincy 1st down. Anyways, Garrett, finally back for Wayland Varsity football here on the Wayland turf. Last meaningful home game, as we mentioned, was almost 2.5 years ago, and a sophomore Luke Tiselli was actually playing quarterback in the double OT win against Drake-It, because then starting quarterback Mason Boulevard was out with an injury. Luke and this team look a whole lot different now.
Yeah, 100%, Josh. This whole Wayland offense and defense has shifted. Instead of guys like Michael Lampert and Cam Jones catching passes, it's now Will Carr, Dylan DeRubis, and Adam Goodfellow.
And right now we see that defense on display here, led by captains Nick Dressen, Matt Morse
Carried by Matt Craig.
and Shane DeRubis.
Yeah, and Josh, one guy I did not mention on this Wayland offense is Jason Tucker. He's had a great season so far. He had 4 touchdowns in their game against Boston Latin. Huge game for him. And he's arguably the most talented offensive player for Wayland, and they're going to run a lot of their offense through him. Look for him to put up the majority of Wayland points tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been an absolute beast for this Wayland team. Sort of broke out when Wellington Pereira was still here as the starting running back and had some great games as the backup, and then he took over last year. Highlight of the year was probably 5 touchdowns against Lincoln Sudbury. As we have some movement, it will be on Wayland.
Yeah,
offsides.
looks like Damian Parsagan jumped off sides there. That's gonna give North Quincy the first down. 2 critical mistakes there on 3rd down, jumping off sides for Wayland so far in this one.
Yeah, and we apologize for the shaky cameras. Unfortunately, they are pretty high up, so on some of the more windy days, they will shake. Unfortunately, nothing we can do about it, but hopefully the wind dies down a little bit later in the game. So, first down. Toss out wide to Liam Hines. Hines tries to break a tackle, but it will be senior captain Nick Dressen's there to bring him down alongside Adam Goodfellow. And I believe Ryan Bonvie.
Yeah, North Quincy has yet to throw a pass yet, Josh. And this is something that we sort of expected coming into the game. In their last game, they threw very few passes, only had 2 completions in the entire game in their win. So expect just more of the same from North Quincy. It's going to be a tough task for the Warriors to shut down this run offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And those 2 passes both completed to number 88, Colm Geary. He's a little bit of a mix of a tight end and a wide receiver. He's a big guy. He mossed a Dennis Yarmouth defender as Wayland right there. Will Carr, first one to him. They bring him down. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Huge 3rd and 5 here for Wayland, Josh. They need to get off the field badly. Who knows what could happen if North Quincy gets a first down here. It would be a huge momentum swing, and it would likely guarantee points for North Quincy. So, huge down here.
3rd down, North Quincy.
And North Quincy, although they are a Division IV opponent, they definitely have a lot of talent. They destroyed Dennis Yarmouth last week, 30-0. A shutout victory for them. They were able to run the ball all game behind that offensive line. Pass there, incomplete. Intended for number 12, Jamal Maximilian. So it will be 4th and 5.
I believe it was Jason Tucker in coverage there, Josh, breaking up that pass. Huge play for him. He can do it on both sides of the ball.
So we'll see what North Quincy decides to do here. It looks like they're going to go for it, 4th and 5. Probably the right call. No high school team is going to be kicking a field goal this long, but looks like Wayland may be bringing the pressure here.
Penalty flag before the snap. Delay of game, North Quincy.
A flag called on North Quincy.
Delay a game call there, Josh. That's a big one. Mental mistake there for North Quincy.
Yeah.
That'll bring them back 5.
Yeah, you know, Garrett, I was kind of watching. Like, they were taking a long time to get up to the line of scrimmage. I wasn't sure if maybe they had called a timeout or something like that, but Wayland was ready. And
You could see Coach Parsagan pointing to the game clock, signaling to the refs when that flag was thrown, so he knew it from the start.
sort of seemed like North Quincy had no idea there even was a game clock. So they will now bring out the punt team on 4th down. I believe taking a long time again. If you're North Quincy, you'd hate to see 2 consecutive delay of games. That would be really poor.
That'd be brutal. Yeah.
Thomas Murray back to kick for North Quincy.
Wayland not bringing a lot of pressure on the punt, as it was Thomas Murray And this ball brought out here to the 29-yard line. Solid return for Adam Goodfellow and the Wayland Warriors. We will see them for the first time on offense.
Yeah, Josh, I know you already touched on it, but Luke DeSelli, this is his first home regular season game. First start in about 2 years, or first home start in about 2 years for DeSelli. I doubt there'll be nerves. I mean, he played great in their game against Boston Line. He only broke off a 40-yard run in that one, even though he is a QB. So look for DeSelli to lead the offense here. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, and the offensive starters for Wayland, Luke DeSelli at quarterback, Jason Tucker running back, Matt Morris and Reed Van Slet. Offensive tackles, Ryan Fennelly, Luciano Sebastianelli. Offensive guard, Harry Kiesman center, Charlie Boulevard tight end, Will Carr, Adam Goodfellow, and Dylan DeRubis at the wide receiver position, as Jason Tucker takes that one outside to the left for a gain of 3.
Gain of 3.
You know, Garrett, we saw in that scrimmage against Waltham a really brutal injury for Wayland. Senior Teddy Rice, one of basically the heart of this offensive line, him and Matt Morris.
Yeah, Josh, if anyone wasn't watching that game, it was a brutal injury. The ambulance had to come, unfortunately, for all of us. It's tough to see that one. And it's a brutal loss for this Wayland team. He's a dominant force on their offensive and defensive lines.
Yeah, and Wayland had one of the best offensive lines really we've ever seen from a Wayland Warrior team last year, and Teddy Rice was a big part of that. Him and Matt Morris, the two juniors at the time, as this one's a pass outside to Adam Goodfellow, takes it down to around the 41-yard line. Nice pass by Luke DeSelli, right on the money. Adam Goodfellow yards after the catch. They get a first down and more.
Yeah, that's a great start to the game for Wayland, and it's a great play call to get Luke DeSelli going with that short pass. Let Adam Goodfellow make plays. He's a speed demon out on the field. He's one of these guys that's going to be a big impact player as a junior for this Wayland team.
Yeah, and if Wayland can have any type of a passing game, which I really strongly believe they can, as Jason Tucker takes this one, and they do rule him down. He got up to run, but they rule him down after about a 5-yard gain. Anyways, as I was saying, if Wayland can have any type of passing game, they're going to be completely just deadly.
Yeah, unstoppable, one might say, Josh.
Yeah.
Because their running game is so dynamic with Jason Tucker and Shane Sutton, who we haven't mentioned yet. He's a great running back.
Yeah, as we see Sam Hodgeberger in at the H-back position. It will be him and Nick Dressens rotating there, doing some of the blocking. As Wayland looks over to the sideline for a play call. Yeah, Luke DeSelli has gotten a lot of opportunity, even though he's been behind some really good quarterbacks, as Jason Tucker takes this one to the outside, brought down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, we saw Mason Boulevard take the starting quarterback role as a sophomore, and Luke DeSelli's been behind them ever since. DeSelli did get a chance, though, as we've mentioned, in the playoffs his sophomore year as Mason Boulevard went out with an injury. He managed to win a double overtime game against Drake at home. Probably the highlight of his career so far, but he has a whole season to upstage that one.
Yeah, I was at that game, Garrett. That was an incredible game.
Yeah.
Double overtime. Luke DeSelli played very, very well. Not only just for a sophomore, but just for any quarterback. They had a great offensive line, great running game, and he just did a great job not making any mistakes, doing a great job overall, winning that game for Wayland. As Jason Tucker, another big gain for the first down.
So far, Jason Tucker has looked very hard to stop. When he gets outside in space, he's just that fast where he's super hard to bring down. And Wayland's been doing a good job getting him outside. He's not a fantastic inside rusher, so if they're able to bounce him outside, he's going to be tough to stop.
Yeah, his quickness, basically from the second he gets the ball, is really incredible. He can get to the outside so quick, and if he does, he's gone. Really, no one's going to be able to outrun Jason on the field. As we see a lot of wind there, as you can probably hear. Anyways, it's a 2 wide receiver set here. Luke DeCelli pass deep. Just over the head of Will Carr in the end zone.
Will Carr is wide open there. He was just a little bit overthrown downfield. That would have been a huge play for Wayland.
Now 2nd down, a little bit of a jumbo set out here. I'm sorry, I actually think that might have been Dylan DeRubis. The pass was intended to him. And we get our first look at Shane Sutton in the backfield here. Sutton had 54 yards in their last game against Boston Latin as he gets brought down after a gain of 2 here. But Sutton got an opportunity, especially in that scrimmage against Waltham. He looked really, really good.
Oh yeah, he looked dynamic.
Yeah, I think he had 2 touchdowns basically overturned because of penalties, but
3rd down.
he's a special running back, and he's going to be very, very important for them next year when they lose all their seniors.
I completely agree, Josh. This offense is very senior heavy. I mean, we've seen already Jason Tucker, Will Carr, Dylan DeRubis, obviously Luke DeCelli. Really the only starters or playmakers on Wayland's offense that are juniors are Finn O'Driscoll and Adam Goodfellow and Shane Sutton. So those 3 will carry a huge load going into the next season.
As Wayland will call a timeout here, 2:50 remaining in the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, I'm Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Garrett Spooner. This is Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland boys varsity football. And again, first game on the turf, first meaningful game on the turf in just about 2.5 years. So a pretty special day here, and it's a beautiful day. March Madness going on, football going on. It's a great time right now. And Wayland football looking to capitalize on this offensive possession, a big 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, this has been a very good game so far for Wayland, I thought. They were able to hold off North Quincy's offensive attack in their first drive. They were strong in the run game. Wayland was able to get off the field. And Wayland has been looking good so far in this drive. 3rd and 7, though. Look for Luke DeSawyer to have to make a play with his arm. So that's a huge talking point. As we said, if Wayland can get this passing game going, they might be unstoppable.
Yeah, completely agree, Garrett. As 3rd and 7 here, you know Wayland definitely capable of moving down the field with ease, as we see Jason Tucker lined up in the slot as a wide receiver now. Jason Tucker has 1,738 total career yards in just 16 games, so that's 108 total yards per game. He has been deadly for them, both out of the backfield and as a wide receiver. As DeCelli looks to get it to DeRubis, but DeRubis cannot hang on to it. It will be 4th down. We'll see what they decide to do here. 22-yard line, it would be about a 40-yard kick. 39. I think that is in Harry Kiesman's range, but there is a lot of wind. Looks like they're going to go for it.
I like the play to go for it here, Josh. I think it's important to be aggressive, and Harry Kiesman, while an excellent kicker, I'm not sure he can do it in this wind.
Yeah, and I mean you're at a point here where if you don't get it, it's still a lot of yards that North Quincy has to get back. It's not like they're giving them great field position. So
exactly.
DeCelli drops back to pass. A little bit of a sideline throw, incomplete. That pass was intended for Adam Goodfellow on the sideline. So the North Quincy Red Raiders will take over.
Important stop there for North Quincy. I mean, if Wayland got any momentum, I think we could both see. North Quincy is in a tough position with their running game, where it's tough for them to get behind and come back because they don't have those explosive downfield plays unless they're long runs. So if they were to go down there, they'd be in a really tough split place going forward.
Yeah, absolutely, Garrett. I mean, these are two great teams that are pretty much. There's a good chance that they're gonna stall against each other, not really be able to finish on drives because both teams have very good defenses, which we saw last week with really both of them. I guess Wayland did give up 17 points, but they also scored 49. So when you're up by that much, you're not exactly playing your best defense. So, and as we know, North Quincy shut out Dennis Yarmouth. Now Hansen about to take the snap here. Handoff. Hines looking to go somewhere and gets brought down by a gang of Wayland tacklers. Shane DeRubis, Sam Hochberger among the main ones.
Again, that run game is doing enough to get first downs. They're getting enough there. That's another first down for North Quincy. Wayland needs to find a way to get to these running backs in the backfield because they're so powerful. This offensive line is so powerful that once they get into open field, that once they get past, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, absolutely agree, Adam. And snap, toss out left to Hines. Hines has some blockers. Gets down the sideline into Wayland territory to the 48-yard line. A big run by Liam Hines.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, Josh. They had, North Quincy had blockers downfield, and Wayland just could not catch up to Liam Hines. He's been great so far for North Quincy in their season. As we said, he was vital in their win last week. And Wayland needs to find a way to shut him down.
Yeah, haven't quite found the answer yet. As a minute left in this first quarter. Not really sure why the clock isn't running unless he got out of bounds. And Matt Craig with the carry here. Bulldozes through. He is still up. Flag called. It looks like this could be on number 77. The big man, Reen Becko.
Yeah, it looks like he had a lot of Charlie Bolivar's jersey there.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, they do call holding on Becko, so this play will be brought back.
Second down.
It's going to be second.
Penalty flag on the play.
Not really sure. It should be first and 20, I believe. Not really sure what the confusion is. As now they'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holding against North Quincy.
They're bringing it way back. So interesting. It's like a lot of confusion on the referee's side. So North Quincy will get the ball on the 35.
This is a deep play, Josh. Looks like
Yeah.
they set up first and 30 here. Don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's going to be about first and 27, so it may have been a personal foul.
Yeah.
I think it might have been unnecessary roughness. Hansen lined up in the shotgun. Hines on his right. Throw over to Geary, who cannot hang on to it. That's the big tight end we were talking about. Ryan Bonvie with the defense. Ryan Bonvie is going to be on Geary all day. I talked to Bonvie before the game, and he said he was very much up to the task, looking forward to basically the challenge of defending a guy that size and with that talent.
Yeah, and Bonvie took on a pretty big role as a corner last year with this Wayland team. Wayland, again, loaded with seniors, but he was able to find his way into a starting role in the defense, and he proved it that he's going to be one of the top corners on this Wayland defense.
As we see 4 wide receivers for North Quincy, and Thomas Murray lined up as a running back. It is a screen pass to him. Great job by Wayland to get to the running back and bring him down. He had a lot of blockers. He had 3 blockers who had no one to block. And I believe that was Nick Dressen who just got past everyone.
Yeah, that was a huge play, Josh, because he had if Nick Dressen did not make that play, he had a ton of space downfield. He might have picked up all the yards he needed to get that first down. So again, crucial play. That's a game-winning play from Nick Dressen. I know it's only the first quarter, but that stopped 7 points.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Garrett. Nick Dressen showing why he is the reigning Defensive Player of the Year for this Wayland team, which we'll get into a little bit later. But 9 seconds left in the first quarter, 3rd and 22 for North Quincy. So they're going to have to get a lot of yards back if they're going to go for it on 4th down. And toss out wide to Murray. Sorry, this is not Murray.
Hunter
Hunter
McIsaac.
So a new name in there as running back.
And Adam Goodfellow brought him down there. Another important tackle.
So it will be 4th down. Right after we get back from the first quarter, we're going to take a quick break, be back for the second quarter. Stay tuned. We have a great game. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland varsity football. Josh Schreiber alongside me, Garrett Spooner, getting ready to start the second quarter. A 4th and 14. North Quincy is showing punt right now. Wayland brings some pressure. Almost blocked there.
Oh, flag on the play there, Josh. We'll see if they hit the kicker. We'll see if it's roughing. Not quite sure how many yards of penalty is in high school football, but that might be 15 yards. It might be good enough for a first down. We'll see.
We'll see what the call is. Looks like the refs are not bringing the ball back right now, so. They may be re-kicking. Sorry, not exactly sure. Unfortunately, we can't.
5 yard penalty there. They're moving the ball 5 yards, so it's gonna be 4th and 10.
Penalty flag on the play.
Wayland almost got to that one though, Josh.
Yeah, and they're gonna punt again. I don't really understand why they punt again. It seemed like that was a pretty good punt.
Yeah, and when you have a player like Adam Goodfellow in the backfield who can return it that far, I feel like why take that risk?
Well, I guess we'll find out right here if it's worth it. I imagine Wayland will not be bringing the same pressure that they brought. No, they will not. And that is a booming kick. I guess that's why, but it will be a touchback. It'll go through the end zone.
That's a ridiculous punt, Josh.
Well, I guess we figured out why they wanted to re-kick that one. That's Thomas Murray, who is also a running back. He had 10 carries last game. That was one heck of a punt.
1st and 10 Wayland. Ball before your 20-yard
So the ball will be at the 20-yard line for Wayland. Still scoreless here in Wayland. Neither team really able to finish their drives. They are moving the ball a little bit, but North Quincy stalled on that last drive because of a big unnecessary roughness penalty on an offensive lineman. Sort of an insurmountable distance to make up in 4 down. So Wayland will get possession once again at the 20-yard line. DeRubis, Goodfellow, and Carr out wide. This is to Tucker. Up the middle, Tucker gets the outside.
Huge run there by Tucker.
Jason Tucker, 16 yards on that run.
Again, that just shows his ability to get outside. I mean, he made a great cut there, getting outside, and then he just showed off his quickness, his vertical speed. That was very impressive from Tucker.
And great job by the offensive linemen. I believe that was Harry Kiesman and Ryan Fennelly leading the way.
Ball at the Wayland 36-yard line.
And toss out wide to Tucker. North Quincy has that one covered, though. Not tricked by that play.
Brought down on the play by Michael Gorman.
As Tucker not really happy with that carry there. Sort of looks like he's
Frustrated with himself, almost.
Didn't really have much of a place to go, though. So it's 2nd and 14. As 4 out wide for Wayland. Those 4 are Finn O'Driscoll, Dylan DeRubis, Will Carr, and Adam Goodfellow on the right, bottom of your screen. Taselli scrambling, pass down the field to Goodfellow.
Great pass. What a pass there from Luke Taselli. Scrambled out of the pocket and just found Adam Goodfellow streaking down the field. Just dropped it in a bucket there, Josh.
Yeah, Adam Goodfellow has blazing speed. Got that separation. Beautiful throw on the money to him down the sideline for a big Wayland first down.
It's a big-time throw.
Luke Taselli is committed to Rhodes College. It is a Division III school in Memphis, Tennessee, where he hopes to play quarterback for years to come and showing that ability. And, you know, he can also run. He had a 43-yard run last week. He's shown off his legs in past years.
He even just showed off his quickness there, avoiding the sack, getting out of the pocket. That was a very impressive play by Luke Taselli.
Yeah, and Luke Taselli, a completely different quarterback than he was 2 years ago. And he's gotten a lot bigger over the offseason, over quarantine. He's feeling great about this season for the Warriors. As that ball incomplete, intended to Will Carr.
Brings up a Wayland 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd and about 4 for Wayland. You have to expect this would be territory where you would go for it on 4th down as long as they don't lose a lot of yards.
Yeah, especially about that 4th down they went for in the first quarter, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. And Wayland looking towards Coach P. Looks like they get an audible. 4 out wide for Wayland, 2 on each side. And an option play sniffed out by North Quincy. The Red Raiders all over Taselli as this will be a 4th and 7. Looks like they're going to keep the offense out there.
I like this call, Josh. I feel like it's time to get aggressive if you're Wayland. Still deep into North Quincy territory.
As we still have 4, it'll be 5 out wide. As actually Tucker will go back into the backfield for 4 out wide. Taselli drops back to pass. Trying to escape.
Yeah.
He's got to get rid of that. That's going to be intentional grounding, I believe. Taselli, that ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage. So you hear them yelling he was outside of the tackle box, but it does not matter if the ball doesn't get past the line of scrimmage. So I don't think Wayland is going to win this argument here. So North Quincy going to have very good field position here.
That's a huge play from North Quincy. I think they were trying to set up a screen for Jason Tucker there. Jason was unable to get open. They read it. North Quincy read it beautifully.
Yeah, there were a couple plays on that drive that North Quincy had covered from the start. Also a bunch of big plays for Wayland, but when it counted, North Quincy stepped up and got the stop.
And now, Josh, they have the ball in very good field position due to that intentional grounding call.
Yeah, best field position they've had all game. So 8:53 left in the first half. Still scoreless. Not a lot of offense. Honestly, we have seen some really good plays from both sides on offense. Just no one able to finish the drive. And run inside. That's Hines. Nice tackle there by Jaden St. Felix.
Carried by Matt Craig. Tackle on the play by Jaden St. Felix.
So we will have a 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5. 2nd down.
No, Garrett. I think really every great team has that one defensive leader that is involved in every single play, whether it's a pass or a run. In the past, we've seen guys like Sean Devlin, Wellington Pereira, Mason Bolivar fill that role. Who is that guy for Wayland this year?
Yeah, well, Josh, it has to be Nick Dressen. So Nick won Defensive Player of the Year, as you mentioned, last year for Wayland on a pretty loaded defense.
As
Carried by Liam Hines.
yes, as a flag
Penalty flag on the
thrown
play.
there, I'm guessing it's going to be on North Quincy.
Yeah, Josh, but back to more on Nick. Against Boston Latin, he had 2 tackles for a loss and numerous defensive plays. He is a captain of this team. He came into this one a little bit banged up, but he told us he is close to 100% and he's ready to go in this one. And obviously, he's played a great part in this game already and will be a crucial role in this Warrior defense going forward.
Yeah, Nick Dressen's an outstanding inside linebacker
Penalty.
for the Warriors. He'll be playing at Tufts College next year. His brother, Zach Dressen's actually already at Tufts College as a soccer player. And then his other 2 brothers, we saw Max Dressen's last week, I believe, against Boston Latin on the freshman team as an 8th grader, just dominating. Had 2 huge 60-plus yard touchdown runs. And then his other brother, Jackson Dressen's an outstanding soccer player. So this family is loaded with athletes,
I would say so.
potentially all college athletes eventually when the time comes.
For an offense that doesn't throw a lot, that was a pretty nice passing play there. Jamal Maximilian there with the reception, his first of the day.
Yeah, so far, Geary does not have a reception.
Has a drop, actually.
Yeah, Maximilian does have one now, but
We've only seen 3 passing plays from North Quincy in the entirety of this game. 2 incompletions and 1 completion there to Maximilian.
yeah, that throw was on the money, though.
Yeah,
So
it was on the money. So it's definitely a threat moving forward that Wayland needs to be aware of.
3rd and 6, you hear that Wayland bench getting loud, and a flag called. It is a false start on number 22 for North Quincy, Hunter McIsaac.
Third down.
So it's going to be 3rd and 11 now. 3rd and long. This is a tough conversion here.
Especially with a team that, as we've talked about, does not pass the ball a lot. This is going to be a very tough play for North Quincy to pick up 11 yards. They sort of need to be ahead of schedule. That's their game plan. Well, obviously, but they especially need to be since they don't have the aerial threat.
Yeah, and Garrett, would you consider doing a run play here? Maybe if Wayland is not really ready for it?
Yeah, I think I definitely would, especially with a team with a great running back like Liam Hines.
You could always go for it.
Yeah.
And if they are not going to run it. A pass almost intercepted.
That would have been impressive from Adam Goodfellow there.
Great defense. That was actually a great pass to Geary, but he was wrapped up quickly after he touched the ball, not able to bring it in, and Adam Goodfellow almost made the catch of the year on the interception, but it will be 4th down, and North Quincy will punt.
Yeah, and Adam Goodfellow, we're talking about a guy that had 2 interceptions last weekend against Boston Latin.
And a pick 6.
Yeah, one he took back to the house for 6. So this is a guy who can make plays on both sides of the game, and he's going to be a critical part of Wayland's team moving forward.
As North Quincy will punt here. And Thomas Murray, another booming kick. This one will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Wayland will have just under 6 minutes. For some reason, the clock's still running. It does stop now, but they will have just under 6 minutes to drive the length of the field, or 80 yards anyways, try to get some points before halftime.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle so far, Josh. Both teams sniffing out the run, able to make plays, and Wayland is just going to look to get going, rely on Jason Tucker in the second half of this second quarter. It's gonna be a really fun drive to watch though, because the pressure is now on for Wayland. They need points here.
Absolutely, Garrett, and waiting to get going again. And you know, Garrett, one guy who we haven't talked about in this game, who really we should have, is Matt Morse. You know, you don't have the opportunity necessarily to call his name as often because he's an O lineman and a D lineman. But he is a huge presence. He is basically the heart and soul of this team. Makes some great stops, stopping the run game specifically, and he's going to Endicott next year. I mean, Matt Morse is an incredible part of this team.
Yes, Josh. I mean, we're talking about a 3-year starter here on this Wayland offensive line. Senior captain. He's a vocal presence in the locker room. I know all of the younger kids, sophomores, juniors, freshmen, all look up to Matt and his work ethic. So he's a special part of this program and just a very crucial part of both in the offensive and defensive lines of this Wayland team. I mean, yes, you're completely right. We can't call out his name because what he does not show up in the box score, but he's a great player, great athlete, and without him, who knows where this Wayland team would be?
Yeah, and it doesn't really show up the box score under his name, but it definitely does for guys like Jason Tucker, Luke DeSelli, Shane Sutton. So that has always been a strength for Wayland. That's their offensive line. And one of the less deep units that they have. And this one taken to the outside. Jason Tucker gets a block, almost stays on his feet, takes it to the 50-yard line. 30-yard gain for Tucker. And just what you were talking about, Garrett, when he gets the outside, he is really dangerous.
Yeah, and if he stayed on his feet there, he would have been into the end zone for a touchdown. That's just the speed he has. No one would catch him. That was almost an exceptional cut. Unfortunately, unable to stay on his feet like the majority of athletes on this football team. But great run there from Tucker.
Yeah, and watching Tucker get into the open field like that as DeSelli looks to throw deep. What a throw! He finds Will Carr with a long reception. What a throw by Luke DeSelli.
Great. That throw was on the money, Josh. Will Carr created separation. Another one of these downfield threats for the Warriors. Wayland's offense right now is rolling.
Yeah, and Luke DeSelli showing off that arm strength, puts it on a platter for Carr because he was not that open. He had to get that over a defender.
It was in traffic, and that just an excellent throw, a sideline throw, and Will Carr, good job for him getting that foot down.
Yeah, and I mean this is an exciting Wayland offense when they get going. So I mean when they get going, they can put up insane numbers like they did last week against Boston Latin. Sure, not the best opponent. They tend to beat up on them, but even against a team like North Quincy, they're showing that they can do it. As a timeout taken by North Quincy.
Seems like Wayland has taken all the momentum in this one, Josh. Big play, then they went hurry up to Jason Tucker, who was able to get 6 yards, not 6 yards on the carry, but still, great run. Wayland is looking in great shape here in this second quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I was talking about earlier with Jason Tucker, watching him on those long runs is sort of like watching a guy like Tyreek Hill in the NFL. He's just so much quicker than everyone else on the field. It's so hard to bring him down. You can only hope to contain him, but you're not going to stop him.
Yeah, he's a great talent. Overall, just great player, and we knew it going into the year that he would be an excellent player. I mean, everyone was saying last year he was a focal point of their offense, and now he's just taking the reins himself and is looking to carry this Wayland offense past the finish line.
And now, so we will have a 2nd and 4 for Wayland on the North Quincy 19-yard line. Jason Tucker gets the carry up the middle to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal for Wayland.
Big run there from
15 and counting.
Big run there from Jason Tucker.
And he's starting to feel it, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go away from Jason here. Something tells me they're going to keep running the ball with Tucker. He's just that hard to contain.
Yeah, and he wants the ball every single play. He loves to basically tear up defenders, and this one is stopped at around the 5.5-yard line.
It's going to be second and goal for Wayland here. Let's see if they go past. Jason Tucker might be feeling a little gas. We see hands on knees from him. But as you said, he loves the ball. He wants the ball any time he can get it.
Yeah, maybe a play action pass here. We'll see what they decide as Luke DeCelli looks back to the sideline to get a play call. Sam Hochberger, the H-back. And Gary, the H-back is a very valuable position in high school football specifically with these two teams. As DeCelli looking for Hochberger, back of the end zone. It goes through the back of the end zone.
That was a bullet there from DeCelli, looking
to get it to Goodfellow, yeah.
Yeah, that was almost a prayer, but he needed to throw it. I think the play was designed for Sam Hochberger, that H-back that you were talking about. A not very utilized position in the NFL, but in college and high school football, that position is crucial. We see the Patriots use it a lot.
Yeah, and oftentimes they used to have their linebacker, Landon Roberts,
step in when James Devlin could not.
Yeah, he did a great job. So, sort of similar with Nick Dressens and Sam Hochberger, both defensive players primarily. Tucker to the outside, trying to find a hole, but gets brought down at the 4-yard line, so it'll be 4th and goal.
Excellent job there from North Quincy containing Tucker. It looks like he was trying to break outside, but he just could not. Had to cut back inside. He was swarmed by North Quincy defenders.
And Tucker really looks gassed over there.
Looks like they're keeping the offense out there, Josh.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, now they will take a timeout.
It's a big play call here. I like the timeout. The clock should
not be running right now, but anyways. Yeah, I do like that timeout. Honestly, I think in this situation, the 0-0 game, 3 points can be a lot. And you have a guy like Harry Kiesman who he hits these short field goals like they're nothing.
It's as close to automatic as you can get in high school football, Josh, this field goal. So it's definitely an interesting question about what Wayland will do in this at this point of the game. I mean, obviously, if you're in the fourth quarter, you kick the field goal. But right now, you might be looking to extend a greater lead. In my opinion, it's just best to get the lead, get points on the board. Right now, you're still sitting at 0. Take what you can get.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you, Garrett. I don't know if Coach P does, so we'll see what that call ends up being. But anyways, coming up on halftime, stay tuned. We do have an interview with Coach Parsegian. Just a little bit of an update on this game, how it's going. So we'll hear from him at halftime. So definitely don't go away. And halftimes are much shorter this year with COVID, so not that long of a break. I believe it's only 5 minutes or so. It'll be Jimmy Paw doing that interview for us. So Wayland bringing the offense back out. 4th and 4. DeCelli takes a snap in the shotgun. Running out wide. Pass over. Caught. Touchdown, Wayland. Charlie Boulevard.
The tight end getting involved in this one. We haven't called his name yet.
House call for Wayland. They take a 6-0 lead over North Quincy with a little over 2 minutes remaining. As you see him right there, Charlie Boulevard, a big guy, playing that tight end position, and he got open. A great play call, and Garrett, that's why we're not coaching, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they pay him the big bucks.
As Kiesman can't really see where the kick goes, but I would guess he made it. Yes, he did.
It's good.
I think we can kind of just assume that with Kiesman. He does not miss extra points very often. So, big touchdown for Wayland. Gutsy call, 7-0 lead. North Quincy going to have to try to run a 2-minute drill, which is going to be difficult with a run-heavy offense.
Yes, but this, although it is difficult, it is key for North Quincy to secure points on this drive. I mean, 2-minute drill. With Wayland rolling on offense like they are now, I don't know if they can be stopped. Jason Tucker seems like he is unstoppable when he's fresh and he has fresh legs. So even 3 points would be crucial here for North Quincy.
Completely agree here with that, Garrett.
Hunter McIsaac and Nick Pereira back to receive for North Quincy.
As now we will have a kickoff from Kiesman. And booted down the field. And this ball is returned here by North Quincy to around the 27-yard line. North Quincy will take over. They have about 2 minutes and 21 seconds, I'm guessing, once they stop the clock, which should be stopped right now.
First and 10, North Quincy.
They bring it back, but
Ball at their own 28-yard line.
2:26 for North Quincy here.
Yeah, Josh, it's going to be very interesting to see if they change up their offensive style here in the 2-minute drill, whether they will go pass heavy or not. It's not their identity, but they might have to change it in order to get points on this drive.
Yeah, and Cooper Hansen for North Quincy has actually made some great throws. Unfortunately, his wide receivers have not been able to secure the ball very often, and part of that is because of these Wayland corners and how dangerous they are. This pass deep down the field, but incomplete.
Intended for Liam Hines.
And I think that was Adam Goodfellow in coverage. Calling his name a whole lot today. He is
like
a great
game.
player.
Yeah.
And, you know, he may take that position that guys like Mason Bolivar, now Nick Dressen's at linebacker, Wellington Pereira, those guys, all of them that they've taken in past years. Next year, once Dressen's is gone, and even this year.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a leader moving forward, Josh. Playing that free safety position along with Jaden St. Felix.
Yeah, and he's just a ball hawk. Wayland showing pressure. Toss out wide to the left. Hines brought down by Goodfellow after a gain of about 7 or 8.
Goodfellow is all over the place right now.
Absolute ball hawk.
Goodfellow. Gain of 7. Brings up a North Quincy 3rd down.
So it's going to be 3rd and 3 for North Quincy. Cooper Hansen will try to lead them down the field. Still have some time left. And a pass here.
Ooh,
almost intercepted again by Wayland. That ball did not get through to Geary. Not a great pass that time by Hansen.
That was through the hands of Nick Dressen. And if Nick picked that off, that could have been taken deep into Raider territory. And now Wayland, 1:29 seconds left on the clock. Who says that they can't go on a little 2-minute drive on their own? So it's another key possession for Wayland here to try to close out this half.
Yeah, you know Dressen's wanted to pick that one off. I don't believe he has a career interception. Definitely has a bunch of forced fumbles and fumble recoveries, and I think he does have a touchdown as well, but has not gotten that interception yet. You know he'd like to before his career comes to an end. Is Thomas Murray, this is a fake punt, and they bring him down. What a play by Wayland.
Gutsy call.
They're going to have almost a minute and a half left, although there is a flag called. Nick Dressen's pointing over towards North Quincy. What a stop by this Wayland special teams.
And I am stunned by head coach Ryan Craig's decision there for North Quincy. It's definitely a gutsy call in your own territory to go for a fake punt, especially when you could, with the punter that North Quincy has. They could have drilled Wayland back with 1:30 left. That's a tough drive, and now Wayland's in their own territory with a fantastic kicker of their own. It's a very questionable decision.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Wayland has shown that they can throw the deep ball, but they are also more of a run-heavy team. If you get them at like their 25-yard line, it's going to be very, very difficult to drive, I don't know, 70, 75 yards with a minute and a half less remaining. Now they have plenty of time to do it. Caselli drops back to pass, short pass. Nice job to pull that one in. Adam Goodfellow once again. It's getting ridiculous. We're calling him his name every single play.
Gain of 6 on the play.
As second down, clock still running. Hurry up offense for Wayland. As this one off the hands of Will Carr. So third down already.
Third down.
Maybe going a little bit too fast.
Yeah, I think this might be a running play here for Wayland.
Yeah, I think it probably.
It should be.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't get it, it'd carry. Coach Farsagan making different decisions than us again.
Yeah, and a first down would stop the clock, but it is not a run play. DeCelli out wide. Goodfellow does not get out of bounds, so the clock will run, but it does stop because it is a first down. So, and a timeout called. Really unfortunate clock management sort of
Timeout, Wayland.
right here. 42 seconds left. Not clock management, but the way the clock is running, it's as now they bring it back. Okay, there we go. So there will be 51 seconds left. As Wayland will try to figure out what to do. It looks like the coaching staff getting pretty animated in the huddle there.
Yeah, I think that this is a great view we have here. I think Coach Bonner is signaling to spike it if they get down. That's that motion. That's what I got from it. Take it with a grain of salt, but it's.
See, it sounds about right.
Yeah,
there. It would make sense. Anyways, big. This is big for Wayland. If they can get any points here,
it'd be a huge statement going to halftime to be able to pick up points.
yeah, definitely. As an extended pause in time. I know it's a very long time out, Garrett. Not really sure what's going on.
First and 10, Wayland. Ball
So
over
Wayland will have
15-yard line.
the ball here. First and 10, 50 seconds. Taselli gets the snap. Throw out wide. Intercepted by North Quincy. Big interception.
That's
an
a
incredible
huge play. DeCelli wants it to be incomplete. It was a close call, but huge play there from North Quincy.
And that was an incredible catch by Nate Caldwell.
Yeah, he laid out for that one. It was a different type of dive than what Adam Goodfellow, in the first half when it tipped the ball. This one was just a very athletic play by North Quincy. First and 10 for them now.
So North Quincy does not have a lot of time to drive 89 yards, but if you're willing, you got to make sure you don't allow any big plays. First downs are okay.
I wonder how aggressive North Quincy's going to be here, because part of me says just take the only being down 7 and run with it into halftime, but we've seen this coach go for it.
See if you can break off a big
yeah.
run maybe, but we'll see. As Hansen takes a snap, they will pass it. And pass out wide is incomplete. Not really sure if he was targeting Hines there or Maximilian.
Liam Hines has been very active so far in this game. He's sort of getting all the action for North Quincy. In the backfield, in the receiving game, he's been targeted at least twice. So I think we're gonna be calling his name more and more as the game goes on.
So anyways, second down now for North Quincy, and if they throw a few more incomplete passes, they're going to give Wayland a little bit of time, I think.
Timeout, North Quincy.
Another timeout.
A lot of timeouts in this first half.
Don't really understand that one. The clock is stopped. That's really unfortunate. They had to take a timeout there. As Coach Jack O'Rourke there, alongside a bunch of other coaches.
Instructing this Wayland defense. It's almost just like big play containment now.
Yeah.
Just don't give up the big one, and you should be going into the half with the lead.
No, if you give up like a 10 or 15 yard play, it really doesn't matter. They're not going to be able to drive the length of the field with 10 and 15 yard plays. They're going to need a big play. So basically try to tackle them inbounds and try not to let them get past you. So a 2 running back set. Not really sure why they called a timeout for that, but as we get another holding penalty, that's probably going to be called.
Tackle on the play by Nick Dressen.
That's going to stop the clock again, Josh.
And I believe the clock will run once they announce it, but this is a very long first half. As it will be a holding called on North Quincy. The Red Raiders will now be second and long. Garrett, at this point, I think you just run it and go to halftime.
Yeah, it looks like they're in victory formation. Although obviously not a victory, but they're just going to take kneel to finish out this half.
So we will go to halftime. Wayland up 7-0. A very hard-fought battle. Stay tuned as we're going to get an interview with Coach P coming right up.
That is the end of the first half with the score, Wayland 7, North Quincy nothing.
Hello, I'm here with Wayland head coach Scott Parsagian. Coach, it's been over 800 days since you've played on this turf. How's it feel to finally be back?
It feels great to be home. I mean, not traveling, having to set up everything, be it somebody else's house. Not the full experience with the locker room and everything, but again, just being home, wearing our black jerseys at our home feels great.
Secondly, a couple big plays to end the half with a big run by Tucker, huge catch by Carr on the sideline. What are you going to tell your guys going into the second half?
We blew a couple opportunities. We could be up, 14-0, maybe even 21-0. But again, 48 hours notice that we're playing this team. We've never played them. We have no history with each other. So again, that whole first half was what we thought. It's just each team feeling each other out, seeing what their strengths are, live. We have one game film to go by. So that's what the first half was. So we're hoping now that we kind of know what's going on and our guys are ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you.
Thanks, Coach.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of boys varsity football. I'm Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Garrett Spooner. We had a very slow-moving first half, but a lot of action, actually, in between possessions. Not a lot of scoring, though, as you see. Wayland up 7-0, and this is a big return for Wayland.
It's
I believe that's
Sutton
Shane
there.
Sutton, yeah.
Yeah, Josh, you're completely right, though. It was a very slow, is a flag on the field. That return, that's probably going to be coming back. But as you were saying before, Josh, it was a very slow-moving first half. We talked to former player C.J. Brown at halftime. He told us that this North Quincy offense is very uniform. As we were saying, they run a lot of run plays and sweeps outside. So Wayland has been prepared for this. They were prepared for a slow-moving game, and it's exactly what we've gotten so far.
Yeah, and you mentioned they're prepared for this. He said Coach Brez watched every single North Quincy game since 2018 in order to prepare for this game. So this has been a game that although they have only had 2 days, they're prepared. We heard Coach P say there is no history between these two teams. In fact, the only common opponent they had last year was Hopkinton. Wayland won by 3. North Quincy lost by 7. So definitely a hard game to prepare for. But
Yeah, and especially because this game was scheduled 48 hours ago, as you heard Coach P say in the halftime interview, because Weston, unfortunately, their football program got shut down as 7 of their players got contact traced at a party. Not a good look.
yeah, for Weston. Classic Weston messing everything up. But we know
Yes.
they weren't. The Weston wasn't going to win anyway, so it's probably a good thing for them. I hope they're listening. That Wayland-Weston rivalry, although one-sided for most sports, has been pretty exciting. Students at both schools really don't like the other school.
Yeah, it's one of the... I feel like rivalries are sort of slowly fading out of sports, and
Yeah.
Wayland-Weston is being able to keep up that intensity, so that's nice to see.
As Luke Tiselli, trying to escape the pressure, is almost able to get back to the line of scrimmage, loses about 2 yards.
No gain on the play.
So it will be 2nd and 12,
Brings up a Wayland 3rd down.
or 3rd and 12 for Wayland.
Looks like trips to the left here, Josh. And Adam Goodfellow alone on that right side.
And North Quincy has shown that they can play some pretty good defense. Jason Tucker has not had the ridiculous game that we're used to seeing as Luke Tiselli fumbles the ball, recovered by North Quincy.
Huge play by North Quincy there, Josh. Luke Tiselli was very loose with the ball there, uncharacteristic. And now they have the ball deep into Wayland territory. And
That was Michael Gorman recovering the fumble. Luke Tiselli did not see the pressure coming it didn't come as fast as he expected it to. So 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at the Wayland 13-yard line. A real big chance to tie this one up. Or maybe even take the lead if they decide to go for 2. You never know in high school. Some schools don't like to kick. They do have a great punter. Not sure. Maybe, I'd imagine he's a solid kicker as well, Thomas Murray. And handoff inside to Hines.
stuffed.
Nowhere. 2 yards for Hines.
Looks like Nick Dressen was in on that tackle, just met the back almost right at the line of scrimmage. That's a big stop. Will needs to limit Quincy to a field goal at most here, because I feel like a touchdown would be killer for their momentum. It would be huge for North Quincy's just to start the half, getting the turnover, and we could be in for a great game if they score a touchdown here.
Yeah, Nick Dressen's with the stop there. Also have called his name quite a bit as the captain of the defense, or really the quarterback of the defense, as he gets nowhere. Nice stop there.
That's Alex Mealy on the stop. He got into the backfield.
Alex Mealy. Haven't called his name yet today, but he's just another one of those guys. He's a junior that steps in big spots, makes the plays that need to be made. And he's done a great job this year.
Yeah, Alex Mealy is a very strong body for Wayland. He's going to be a key part of this defense and probably offense going forward next year.
So a passing down most likely here for, it'll be 3rd and 7 here for North Quincy. Hansen, pass deep into the end zone, knocked down by Ryan Bonvie. The defense on Colm Geary. Outstanding play by Bonvie.
That's a great play by Bonvie to knock that ball down. Again, touchdown saver, obviously.
Yeah.
And we'll see what North Quincy does. It would be a 18-yard field goal here. Looks like they are bringing in the field goal team, or a different set of players. We'll see if it will be a field goal. Looks like it will be.
corner. Yeah, it looks like it is a field goal. I don't see. Looks like Hansen might be their kicker.
Thomas Murray to attempt a field goal for
No, it is
North
Thomas
Quincy.
Murray. So this will be a 20-yard field goal. Or excuse me, a 27-yard field goal. As that one is kicked.
No good.
No good. Wide.
No good.
You know, from this angle, it's kind of hard to tell if it went through the uprights, but
It
did
had the
not.
distance. It had the distance, Josh, but it was off wide.
Yeah, easily at the distance, but that is a brutal possession for North Quincy. If you get the ball on the 13-yard line of the opponent, you have to get at least 3 points.
You need points in that drive for North Quincy. You needed it, and they were unable to get it there. Huge stop from this Whalen defense. Again, took the momentum right back from North Quincy. Let's see if Luke DeSelli can recover here. He needs a short memory. 2 turnovers on back-to-back drives for DeSelli because he had to pick it at the end of the first half. Let's see if he has that quick memory, and I think part of it is getting the ball to Jason Tucker. Just get him into space. We've already seen what he could do.
Yeah,
he
definitely.
needs to keep going.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong if you're Whalen by giving the ball to Jason Tucker.
Correction, first and 10 Whalen.
I mean,
Warrior 20
he
yards.
literally averages almost 8.5 yards per touch in
Yeah.
his career. That's basically a first down every 2 plays. As they do give it to Tucker. What a move
What
by
a
Tucker!
move by Tucker!
Open space. Gets brought down eventually
Warrior first down.
by number 5 for North Quincy. That's Tyler Lee. But Jason Tucker broke about 3 or 4 tackles there.
Yeah, Josh, looking at that play right off the rip, I thought he would be tackled for a loss.
Oh, yeah, me
Jason
too.
Tucker made the most out of that. Huge gain for him. Whalen first down.
Yeah, and North Quincy just could not secure Tucker. Really the first time that they haven't really tackled him when they first got their hands on him. Tucker very slippery in open field, showing how good he is right there. That's a big run. Taselli looking to throw. Tough throw. Incomplete. Broken up by McIsaac.
Looking for Will Carr there. Carr got his hands on that one, but McIsaac came in hot and blew up that play. Great play by him.
That was another good throw by Taselli down the field on the run. It's very difficult as a right-handed quarterback to scramble out to your left and make a throw.
Yeah, he threw it across his body there, and it was right on the money.
So 2nd and 10 for the Warriors as Tucker takes it up the middle. He has space.
What a
Tripped
tackle
up.
there.
And you know he's frustrated by that. He wanted to get more than that. Is they'll bring him out. It looks like he's a little shaken up on that play, as is Liam Hines for North Quincy, but he wants to just walk it off. Big carry for Tucker for 20 yards.
Yeah, Josh, that was a huge carry for Tucker. I mean, again, you just saw his speed in open field there. And
Bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, and a great tackle there from that North Quincy defender. Was unable to see who it was, but dove at Tucker's legs and just was able to take him down.
Yeah, I think it might have been Hines, as Shane Sutton nowhere on that one. Just kind of ran into a group of defenders, but you know, Tucker is very, very close to just breaking a big touchdown run. You know, just got basically shoelace tackled on that one, and he was gonna run for a long time if he didn't get tripped up there.
Yeah, that tackle was the last breath tackle there from North Quincy. He was into the end zone.
And toss out wide to Sutton. Sutton, first down, I believe. It's gonna be very close.
Great tackle there from Jackson Murphy. Very similar tackle to the one on Tucker. Shane Sutton there, again, showing his speed. This Whalen running back room is very loaded. They're deep. Shane Sutton would be a starting running back on most DCL offenses.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he'd be a good one at that, too. But you see Hochberger, the lead blocker there. Sutton, there is a flag called, 2 flags possibly. It may be on the same penalty. It looks like Luciano Sebastianelli will be called for a
Penalty flag on the
holding.
play, holding against Wayland.
So they'll bring this one back. Not sure. Referee is very slow moving the balls back on penalties. It's taking a very long time.
Referees are in no rush to get this game done.
No. Seems like they really don't care about March Madness, I guess.
Remains third down.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Wayland, as that was just a 3rd and inches. And Tucker back into the game, so if he was shaken up at all, he's okay. And inside handoff to Tucker. Tucker gets
Carried by Jason Tucker.
about 4-5 yards.
Brought down on the play by
So we'll
Nate
see what
Caldwell.
Coach Parsegian decides to do. Yeah, I think bringing the punt team is a good idea here, banking on the defense, which has shut out North Quincy. North Quincy has really not threatened.
Yeah, I like
Very
that
much.
call there from Coach Parsegian. I think it's important to pin North Quincy back and just restart them. Let's hopefully go 3 and out, get the ball back in good field position. I like this call from Coach Parsegian.
Yeah, and one underrated part about this Wayland team is their coaching staff. They have a whole bunch of coaches, very highly regarded. As this punt gets off, I believe there was a flag thrown. Nice punt by Kiesman, getting it to the 14-yard line.
Penalty flag on the play.
We'll see what that flag is.
Yeah, the flag was thrown early in that. It looked like a possible false start or offside. Play wasn't even developed at all.
No, it was 4th and 5, so if it is on, I mean, I think you'd either have 4th and inches or a first down, and I think then you'd probably go for it.
Looks like the flag was against Wayland there, Josh. According
It
to
is really,
the press box announcer.
yeah. Very hard to tell, or for some reason the refs are really, seems like there's a lot of miscommunication. Too many men on the field, I think, might be the call.
That would make a lot of sense because the flag was thrown right as the ball was snapped.
So they may have had 12 on the field when the ball was
Just as you were
snapped.
talking about the coaching staff, Josh.
Fourth down.
No, but in all seriousness, you're entirely correct. This coaching staff spends hours tirelessly working for Will. I mean, you already heard the story about Coach Brez studying film for hours on end preparing for this one. Some miscommunication there.
And Kiesman with the punt here. Not as good of a punt, and it will go out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. So North Quincy will take over with about 6 minutes left in the third
Ball
quarter.
at their own 32-yard line.
So North Quincy, not quite in desperation mode. They're just one possession down, but you have to think that they really want to get a score as soon as possible because Wayland, you know, if they score again, it's a 2-possession game. There's not a lot of time left. And with a run-heavy team, you need more time than, I guess, a pass-heavy team may need.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're entirely correct there, Josh. North Quincy, they need to put together a drive, and it's also just further confidence. I mean, they got 3 and out or 4. They went 4 and out in the red zone. Huge play for Wayland, disrupting that kick, missed field goal, and that has to be a huge blow to North Quincy's confidence. I mean, getting the ball at the 10-yard line and unable to put points on the board, that's brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Wayland defense has been outstanding today against an opponent that put up 30 points against Dennis Yarmouth. And, you know, Wayland doesn't have history with this team, so very hard to prepare. But they have done a great job.
I completely agree with you, Josh. Completely agree.
Anyways, if you are just tuning in, this is Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Varsity Football. I'm Josh Shriver. Alongside me, Garrett Spooner. This is a close game, 7-0. Wayland, 5:53 as you see left in the third quarter. Wayland, this has been a defensive battle, a lot of running the ball. Wayland has had some big passes though by Luke Tiselli, who has played a very good game with the exception of a couple mistakes. As brought down there, Alex Mealy.
Huge tackle there from Mealy. That stopped him. Possibly Hines cutting into the outside. Just brought him down with force.
No, this Wayland defense,
Gain of 3.
not the most experienced defense,
Second
but
down and 7.
they have a lot of guys, and they're very fast. A lot of these guys can cover a lot of ground, which in high school is very valuable. Let's see, Hochberger right there on the edge. One of the leaders of this defense. And this is a pass completed. I think that may have been just the second pass completed of this game.
Yeah, but first one to Colm Gary. We were talking a lot about him going into the broadcast. That's his first reception. He's going to look to get going. If North Quincy wants to put points on the board, he's going to need to be involved.
Yeah, definitely essential for this offense. As we have another stoppage. It's getting ridiculous, Garrett.
Third down and 2.
And you hear that Wayland bench getting very loud. 3rd and 2. Big play here for Wayland if they can get a stop. Imagine it will be a run to the left, it looks like. And somebody jumped.
Flag before the snap.
That's the third offside for Wayland on this North Quincy hard count. They're getting them to bite. And again, it is a relatively inexperienced Wayland defense.
5-yard penalty result.
This inexperience might be what's causing these offsides.
And I mean, you're in a spot right there where you're feeling confident about what you're doing. You think you can get this stop, and then
Ball at their own 46.
you don't even get a chance to because of an offside. So hopefully they can get settled back in here to get a defensive stop. Trips left here for North Quincy as Hansen will roll out to the left. Throw across his body is incomplete.
Cooper Hansen pass
Not very
incomplete.
close
Intended for Tyler Lee.
for Tyler Lee, as you probably heard
Second
the
down.
press box announcer call. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for North Quincy. And the Red Raiders taking a long time to get back up to the ball. You know, this is for people that love high-scoring games, fast-moving, no-huddle offense. This is not the game for you.
Not the game for you.
This is more old-school, pound the rock.
Smash mouth football.
Yeah. And, you know, I was talking to senior captain Nick Dressen before this game, and he loves those type of games. And as a middle linebacker, it makes sense. He really specializes in run defense. That ball not even close to Lee. Way off target from Hansen.
Third down.
Yeah, I think this Wayland defense, they have no problem with it being a smash mouth game. It sort of plays right into their strengths.
Yes, both these teams, as we've mentioned countless times this broadcast, I mean, they love to run the ball. And with that, their passing games are not that efficient. A lot of incomplete passes, just slow, methodical drives that they're trying to go on. So it's definitely going to be a slow game. It's going to continue to be a slow game through the end of this third quarter and into the fourth.
And the pace at which the referees are moving the ball up is not helping. Hansen short on that one.
Feels like they ran the same play 3 times there, Josh.
Yeah, I think they did. And We have a player that's Maximilian down for the Red Raiders, slow to get up. They'll bring on the punt team, 4th and 10. See, I mean, the clock is just not moving at all.
That's interesting. Now, North Quincy does not look like they have an extensive playbook,
No, not at all.
especially not in the passing game.
Yeah.
That was the same play 3 times.
Yep. 2 of them were to Lee. 1 of them was to Maximilian, but I mean, they had a little bit of separation, but Hansen not able to convert on the throw. And that is a really nice punt. Once again, Goodfellow does not call for a fair catch, but gets brought down immediately. So Whalen will take over at the 20-yard line about. Looks like they're going to put it at the 19.
Big drive from Wayland here because they're going to be looking to take some time off the clock. But then again, they need points here. I mean, 7-point lead is not quite good enough. Or not. It's might be good enough in this game, but it's not the position. It's not a very comfortable lead.
Yeah.
So they need points to extend this lead. If they go up 14, I don't see a way that North Quincy can come back and win this game.
Yeah, no, Garrett, you're right. I mean, the way North Quincy is driving the ball here, well, they're really not.
Yeah.
If
Attempting
Whalen,
to drive the ball.
I mean, if you get a touchdown here, if you're Whalen, you feel pretty comfortable. And that's a good job by Tucker to get yards that didn't look to be there.
Tackle on the play by Cole Geary.
Jason Tucker not committed to college right now. May go to prep school for a year, but he has a real opportunity
Gain of 3.
to maybe go to a Division I school or a very good Division III school, because he is an asset that I imagine any school would love to have.
Yes, 100%.
And the snap is to DeCelli, who hands it off to Tucker. Tucker gets enough for the first down, I think.
Tackle on the play by Thomas Murray.
We'll see what they say. It looks like they're going to say it is a little bit short.
They're in inches there, Josh.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Wonder if they'll try to hurry this up as another.
Correction, Jack.
Oh, there we go.
They are going to call it a first down. So the clock will now keep moving.
Ball on the Whalen 29-yard line.
And handoff. Tucker. Nowhere.
Carried by Jason Tucker.
So I guess it is a good thing that they called a first down because he didn't go anywhere on
Tackled
that
by
one.
Jefferson Moret.
So Whalen will try to get
Loss of a yard on the
resituated
play.
here.
Second down on 11.
Really looking like Tucker is spent.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a high volume of plays. I
Yeah.
would like to see Shane Sutton a little bit mixed in here, just to give Tucker a breather. But again, oh,
And that's going to be an offside.
Offside, North Quincy.
North Quincy getting hit with a little bit of their own medicine there, Josh.
Yeah, I think Matt Craig got
5-yard penalty.
faked out by the offensive line or maybe a hard count. So it's going to be 2nd
6
and
yards to
6.
go.
And handoff again to Tucker.
Jason Tucker with the carry.
Gets a few. So 3rd and 3 now.
Nate Caldwell on
3rd
the tackle.
and, yeah, around 3 or 4.
2. Brings up a Whalen 3rd
And it
down.
looks like a little bit of confusion for Whalen. And as they sort out who they want on the field right now. I don't know, is that? Yeah, I think that is 11. It seemed like they had a lot of guys on the field for a second, but I think they subbed someone out at the last second. There's that play as Luke Taselli, not really sure what's happening right now,
Luke Taselli tackle
and he is
on
brought
the
down
by
for a
Cole Geary.
huge loss. Back to the 10-yard line. I hope he's okay. I think he's just frustrated.
Loss of 27 on the play.
Loss of 27, as you just heard.
Brings up a Whalen 4th down.
Sutton is trying to make something out of nothing there, Josh. Tough play for him. The blitz came fast,
He's been back to punt for the Warriors.
and Whalen will be looking to punt here.
Guys to receive for North Quincy.
As you said, it's a good way to put it. Trying to make something out of nothing as they're going to punt here. maybe North Quincy bringing some pressure. With, I guess not, but there may have been some potential to get some yards, but
No return on the kick.
they will still have good field position here.
First
At
and
the
10,
end
North
of the
Quincy.
third quarter, they'll probably have time to get
Ball
off a
at Wayland's
play.
27-yard line.
Yeah, with 10 seconds, a play or two. But North Quincy will take over at Wayland's 33-yard line.
Great field position again for North Quincy. It's been a real field position battle in this game.
Yeah.
Neither team is having an easy time getting the ball moving.
Yeah, definitely kind of a hard game to watch if you're a big fan of offense. Really a great job defensively and a lot of great plays being made. As Hines takes this one to the outside, can't quite get the corner, but it is still a 5-yard gain. 6-yard gain for Liam Hines.
Looks like they'll have time for only one more play for North Quincy. Then we'll be going into the fourth quarter with 7 total points. It's been a defensive show. I mean, it's a game that you can complain about, but if you're a guy like Nick Dressen's, you're loving this one.
Yeah.
Because it's just been a defensive battle.
Second down.
Yeah, Nick Dressen's, Matt Morris, a lot of those linebackers and defensive linemen. And Hansen, as they call another offsides. I don't
Offside.
hear a lot of frustration from the Wayland bench.
It looked like Damian Parsakian again jumping off sides. That's his second of the
5-yard
day.
penalty results in a North Quincy first down.
So 2 seconds left in the third quarter.
First and 10 from the Wayland 22-yard line.
First down for the Red Raiders. The Red Raiders, I think that's also the mascot for Wellesley, which is much closer than North Quincy, but
True.
so kind of interesting. 2 teams in Massachusetts, the exact same, pretty specific name. And Hines now
Carried by Liam
not
Hansen.
getting a lot, but a good job by him. Didn't seem like there was much available.
Tackle on the play by Matt Morris.
Still managed to pick up 4.
Gain of 5. That is the end of the third quarter.
Oh, and so that will be the end of the third quarter.
Quincy nothing.
We're going to take a quick break and be right back as they will switch sides of the field for the fourth quarter. So stay tuned. It should be a good one. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of boys varsity football as we have a toss out right here to Liam Hines. As
Shane DeRubis on the tackle.
not sure. It looks like it will be third down now.
Yeah, third and short for the Red Raiders here. They need points in a bad way. It feels like they need a touchdown here because this is their one drive that they've sustained multiple first downs.
A lot of it's just get the momentum, get yourself to feel better about your offense. It never
Exactly.
feels good to look up at the scoreboard and see you've put up 0 points. And that is a great defensive stop from
Carried
Wayland.
by Liam Hansen.
Absolutely nowhere. It's going to be 4th and short for North Quincy. 4th and about
Gain of
2.5,
a yard on the play.
3. And that was a group effort from Wayland. I don't know who
Brings
was
up
there
North
first,
Quincy
but
fourth down.
basically by the time they brought them down, it was all 11 of them.
Yeah, great stop there. 4th and short now for the Raiders. This is a down that could decide the game, Josh.
Yeah, definitely, Garrett. And this is obviously plenty of time left, and we'll see. Taking a long time to get to the line. I don't know if the play clock is running, the play clock is running, but we'll see Hansen now. And a timeout called with the play clock winding down. So
Called it.
Before the snap, timeout, North Quincy.
they have had some trouble getting to the line quickly. Part of the game why this game has taken so long. So that was this is a huge down, Garrett.
Yeah.
4th and 2.
Big time. It's a big time down. This is where great teams are separated from good teams, Josh, because this Wayland team needs to stop here. It's been an ugly game, but sometimes you just need to win ugly, especially in football, in the DCL. So this Division 4 matchup, same division, huge play.
So it will be after this timeout. These timeouts are a ridiculous length. I thought they were only about 1 minute, but it'll be Cooper Hansen trying to get something going with Matt Craig in the backfield as opposed to Liam Hines. In the shotgun, Hansen drops back to pass. Alex Mealy is there with the pressure. Incomplete pass. Wayland takes over in possession.
Great play there by Alex Mealy. We've called his name 3 or 4 times in this half just because of his defensive effort. He gets a big pressure there to force the incompletion. First down, Wayland. That, I don't want to say it's the game because it's not, but
It's a big
play.
And if Wayland can put up points, that might be the game, but
Yes, exactly.
there's still plenty of time. And Alex Mealy showing incredible burst off the line there. Just the offensive tackle, who's, as we mentioned, they have a big O-line, but not necessarily quick. He had no chance to stop Mealy coming off that edge. And can't really see what's going on right now. And sorry about this, but that was a big play. Looked like Luke Toselli with the pass.
31 yards on the reception. 1st and 10 from the Wayland 46-yard line.
So it would be 1st and 10. Big play for Wayland. With the time running down, you imagine they want to kind of move the ball, but make sure you don't move too fast. It's Jason Tucker.
That's that pure speed, Josh.
Yeah, I mean,
impossible to tackle.
yeah, and you expect him to have a chance to tackle him, and then the next thing you know, you blink and he's right by you.
Exactly.
Gain of 10 on the play. 1st and 10 from the North Quincy 44-yard line.
So time winding down, Wayland taking time off the clock. Toselli. Another handoff to Tucker. Tucker up the middle. Hurdles a defender. Can't stay on his feet, but that got him the first down. Jason Tucker.
Yeah, gave the first down sign. Quick celebration there. Tucker, very athletic. He's just an excellent player, Josh. And
he got up for that.
Yeah, he's the guy that's going to get Wayland over the finish line if they want to win this game. He needs to keep making plays like those.
And it's crazy to say this because he has really had a great game. This might be Jason Tucker's, one of his, I mean, you don't want to say it like this, but this is probably one of his worst games so far, and he has like 200 yards.
Yeah.
So the only reason he doesn't have a touchdown yet, but I imagine that might be coming up soon. He is a special player. He averages almost 2 touchdowns per game. But he is one heck of a player, showing his athleticism. As Toselli now. Same formation here. Handoff to Tucker. Tucker
Again.
almost stays on his feet, but does get the first down.
Jason Tucker right now is taking over this offense. That's 4 straight first down carries for Jason Tucker. And 4 big ones at that. Impressive so far from Tucker in this fourth quarter. And the clock continues to wind down.
From the North Quincy 19-yard line.
And, you know, we see Tucker with his hands on his knees. I imagine playing, I almost forgot, playing with a mask.
Yes.
As a running back has got to be brutal. Tucker to the outside. Gets a block. Brought down at the 5-yard line. Jason Tucker taking over this possession.
Jason Tucker is playing some great football right now. Impossible to stop. This North Quincy defense looks tired, and Tucker's taking advantage of that. There's an injury on the field, unfortunately.
And is it Tucker that's injured, or?
Looks like number 12.
Number 12, that's Maximilian for the North Quincy Red Raiders. And wind really picking up right now, as you can see, but Wayland with the chance to build the lead, add some insurance here. First and goal from the 5-yard line. No, we could possibly see a play action. Maybe this is a run, next play action, but we'll see. And that is a run. Camera really shaking right now. Sorry about that.
Down on the play by Colm Geary and Michael Gorman.
So, second and goal from the 4-yard line.
Gain of 2.
3 or 4-yard line.
Second down.
And now it will be Luke Tiselli lining up right behind the center. And play action here. Hodgeberger open. Can he get in? He can, but there is a flag.
Looks like a hold there on Will Carr. That's brutal.
Tiselli really upset.
Penalty flag on the play.
I imagine this is coming back. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's going to be a hole in the wheel.
That is a really, really unfortunate penalty here, as that's going to back them up probably all the way back to around the 12-yard line, as it is a spot foul. Or not a spot foul, but 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And they're backing them way back. I don't know.
At the 11.
Okay, they're at the 11. I saw the official backing
keep
up.
walking back.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So, 2nd and 11 here. Now they do have a little bit more room to work. And Tiselli now under center. Handoff to the left. Tucker has an opening. Tucker, 5, touchdown! House call for Wayland.
Jason Tucker there showing off his speed. That was an impressive run. Impressive drive for Jason Tucker. And that's a much-needed touchdown for Wayland. 14-0 deep into the fourth quarter. Or 13-0 deep into the fourth quarter.
So we'll see if Harry can convert. Harry Kiesman. But Jason Tucker, have a game. Gets that touchdown he was looking for.
Harrison Kiesman to attempt the extra point.
North Quincy shaking their heads. They have no answer. Kiesman. That kick is good. Right through the middle.
Good.
Thought I heard a whistle there, but
14-0 game there for Wayland. That's a key play. 6 minutes to go in this one. Wayland up 14-0. North Quincy having a lot of difficulty moving the ball up the field. This game should be over.
and 6 minutes left. No, they definitely do have some time. But
Oh, yes, no doubt about it. Just judging by the way that this game has been going so far, I cannot see North Quincy coming back. But, you know, anything is possible. Words of Kevin Garnett.
crazier things have happened. Put it that way. So
Harrison Keesman said
it is a
Whalen,
beautiful day for football,
Hunter McGuire,
aside from the wind, obviously, but
and Nick Favero
about
back
60
for
degrees out there. Definitely just a great day. Unfortunately, because of COVID, can't exactly pack the stands, but there are quite a few people at the game. Definitely more than what we were seeing with the fall sports, I'd say. Fewer restrictions. And that one is booted down the field. Great job by Keesman. Taken by McIsaac. McIsaac gets brought down hard. What a tackle by Whalen. Can't see what number that is as everyone is swarming him. That's number
Jason
44,
Hames.
Jason Hames.
First time calling his name. Jason Hames is a crucial part of the special teams and defense for Wayland. I mean, he's a guy that's always in the weight room.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jason Hames, sort of new-ish to football, just started playing in high school, but he is now on their starting defensive line, defensive tackle, right with Matt Morse. And he's not the biggest guy, but he is very strong, and he can
Quick.
really, yeah, he can really shock some offensive linemen and get in there quick for a tackle for loss. And we actually saw him last week have 5 tackles, so he did have a very good game. So a little under 6 minutes left to play in this one. North Quincy, now I say it's fair to say they're in desperation mode. You know, not much has worked for North Quincy, Garrett. What do you think that if you're their coach, what are you calling here? What do you think they have to do?
I think they need to go all out for this win, Josh. I think it needs to be strong in the passing game. Maybe mix in a couple runs. You can't pass every down, especially with the talent that they have in the receiving. I mean, their running back is their best player. So I would call very heavy passing because really you need to go all out here. You're trying to win the game in the end, and running the ball every possession is not going to do that.
Yeah, and that ball to Maximilian almost picked off, but Maximilian did get enough of it.
Great coverage there by Jaden St. Felix.
And honestly, if you look at the players running routes there, they kind of look a little bit tired and shaken up. I mean, that happens in a game like this. It's just so hard fought, a lot of contact. And one thing I'm realizing is North Quincy really backs up very far to call a play. 10 yards back. Now, North Quincy probably in another passing down. We'll see. Yes, it is. Hansen picked off. Hansen got drilled on the throw, and that ball was intercepted by Will Carr. Carr
Big
having
play.
a good game.
Big play there from Will Carr. That will more than likely seal the game for Wayland. As I was saying before, there's a risk to passing, especially when it's not your forte. And Will Carr exploited that. Great play from him, and Wayland is in the driver's seat in this one.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be very run-heavy this drive. Maybe even have a 2 running back set with Sutton. The offense will come back out. Sutton not in the game yet, but I imagine he will be. And Tucker, shifty, 8 yards on that one. Another play where it looked like he was dead at the line of scrimmage, and he just broke it for an 8-yard game.
Yeah, great play there from Jason Tucker. Looks like he's limping a little bit off the field. Shane Sutton will more than likely come on to replace him. He does. Great game, though, for Tucker. I mean, he was the reason that Wayland has 7 points, obviously. But throughout the game, he was that steady force on offense, Josh, that really brought it every possession.
So Sutton now. Sutton, shifty, getting to the 11-yard line. First down for Wayland.
Good for a Warrior first down.
Clock will move once again.
Gain of 7 on the play. First and 10 from the North Quincy 11-yard line.
And Wayland can really secure this game with any type of score. Handoff, Sutton inside. Sutton into the end zone. House call for Wayland. Shane Sutton.
Great play there
Junior.
from Shane Sutton. An excellent run. That was just very similar look to Jason Tucker's runs. He runs with that same explosion. And 20-0 Wayland. Wow.
Yeah, Wayland breeds running backs. You know, Robert Williams was now coaching both freshman basketball and I think maybe a little bit for football. I'm not exactly sure. Wellington,
He's involved in the program,
yeah,
for sure.
Wellington Pereira, Jason Tucker, Shane Sutton is next. As that one is drilled not through the uprights. He missed it. That is very unlike Keysman. Luckily, probably won't matter because North Quincy doesn't. It would take a superhuman effort for them to come back in this game, but
Yes.
a great game from Wayland. And again, stay tuned at the end of the game. We have another interview from Jimmy Paul with Coach P. He'll talk about what went down in this game, but should be interesting to see what he has to say as they get ready for Bedford next week. We will also be commentating that game, so I believe that's on a Friday. So Wayland to kick off here.
Hunter McIsaac and Nick Pereira back to receive for North Quincy.
Keysman boots it. And caught by McIsaac. McIsaac gets swarmed. He's not getting very far. 23-yard line.
Tackle on the play by
Great special teams play by the Warriors.
First and 10, North Quincy. Ball at their own 23-yard line.
So North Quincy will have 4 minutes to put up 20 points. Right now they have 0. And Cooper Hansen has a difficult task ahead of him.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult task. Down 20 is never a good spot to be in.
No.
Again, I'd expect more throws than runs here, but I wouldn't mind a mix of runs here from North Quincy just to keep momentum going.
They're going to pass here. Cooper Hansen wrapped up.
Sacked on the play.
Speaking of Jason Hames, Jason Hames gets a sack on that one. Great job.
Yeah, Hames, great second half from him so far.
Loss of 3.
Special teams
Second
plays,
down.
sacks, all of it. He's doing it all here today. As Wayland is cruising right now. They're feeling good about themselves for sure. Clock winding down. Seems like North Quincy kind of throwing in the towel right now. In no rush. Imagine they will still pass it. As they do, Hansen,
He's scrambling.
and he gets drilled. Sam Hodgeberger, and hard to tell who that was alongside him. I think Damian Parsegian, both in for the stop. So it is 3rd and long.
Bring up North Quincy, 3rd down.
3rd and long for North Quincy.
Yeah, 3rd and 12. I'd honestly expect a run here, Josh. You don't want another interception if you're North Quincy. You don't want insult to injury. But then again, they've been aggressive all game.
Yeah, they are in that run formation. We'll see if they go for a play action instead. But no, it will be a toss. Hines breaks a tackle, fumble,
Fumble.
ball's on the ground. Nick Dressens recovers. The senior captain
Recovered by Wayland.
sticks the dagger into the Red Raiders. The Warriors are going to cruise to a victory now. 2:25 left in this game. Probably not kneeling yet. But if they can get a first down.
First and 10 Warriors.
Yeah, as we said before, Nick Dressens, without that interception, but he has a heck of a lot of big plays on defense. That's just one of them. 20-0 Wayland. First and 10.
Yeah, impressive showing from Wayland, battling in a tough game. And the wind really
Wind is
howling.
whipping.
Yeah. So we have first down from Wayland. They'll take possession after that forced fumble at the 24-yard line. It's Sutton now with Tucker out of the
Sutton with
game.
the carry.
Flag called.
Flag
Tackle
called.
play by Michael
So
Gorman.
it'll be another
Penalty
30
flag
minutes
on the
before we
play.
get this sorted out.
Holding against Wayland.
Yeah, and as press box announcer Mark Mason announced, that will be holding on Wayland. Shout out Coach Gavron for that information. But second and 10 now, or first and 10 now for the Warriors.
10-yard penalty. Remains first down. Ball to North Quincy,
So
37-yard
first
line.
and about, this is a long, not sure what that penalty was, but looks like it was 15 yards.
15 yards. Now they're in victory formation, Josh.
So that's going to just about do it here. Honestly, that probably helped them. Maybe
Yeah.
they committed the penalty on purpose. I don't know.
Maybe that's just the genius of Coach Parsagian.
I would not be surprised,
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. Overall, though, Josh, a very well-coached game and well-played game
Yeah,
from this
definitely.
Wayland team. Dealt with a lot of adversity, the schedule change, first home game on this turf. No one really knew how it would pan out, but Wayland stepped up to the task. They were not upset about the mistakes that were made in the first half. They just got over the hump and continued to rely on Jason Tucker. Great win for the Warriors.
Yeah, and once again, thank you for joining us. This has been Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Varsity football. I've been Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Garrett Spooner. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have a post-game interview with head coach Parsagian. This is a great game, Garrett.
Yeah, excellent game. Although not very high scoring, it was a defensive battle, fun to watch. And make sure to tune in next week for Wayland's game. Should be a good one, and we'll see you then.
And that's going to just about do it. Taselli takes a knee. The clock will wind down. We're going to go to Jimmy Paul with Coach Parsagian after the handshakes. Hard-fought game for Wayland, Garrett. I mean, this shows what they can do. They have the run game. Very good run game. They threw the ball pretty well, though, today. It didn't really show up on the scoreboard, at least in the first half. But once they get that run game really going, they're a dangerous team.
Very dangerous, very dangerous.
So thank you for joining us. That'll be all for us. Stay tuned. Jimmy Paul on the sideline in a few minutes.
That is the end of the fourth quarter with the final score. Wayland 20, North Quincy nothing.
Thank you. I'm here alongside Coach Parsagian after a big win. Coach, what's it feel like? First game in the new turf?
Yeah,
First win.
The win always feels great, but it does feel a little better today. Definitely feels a little better.
Secondly, this opponent, you guys scheduled this game a few days ago. You had nothing really on them. What's this mean for this team going forward to have such a big win versus a team you didn't really have a lot to scout with?
Yeah, we talk about E plus R equals O all the time. So the event plus how you respond to it equals the outcome. And that's been our motto for the last couple years, especially during this COVID time. We got to live that day in and day out. These guys did that. The event to happen was Weston canceled on us. We had to go out, we had to find an opponent, we found an opponent, and then we played on Saturday 48 hours later. So again, their response equaled this outcome 20-0. I can't talk about the defense enough, and throwing a shutout. They put up 33 points last week against DY, so they have some playmakers, and our defense really stepped up.
Awesome. Thank you for joining, Coach, and thank you for tuning to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of the Wayland Varsity Football High School game. Thank you.